Hello and welcome to this very delayed episode about COTA's TSR service changes. I'm Tape City, and if you don't know who I am in the Columbus, Ohio area, my name is Chris. The purpose of this series is to help inform people in the Columbus area about the TSR service changes COTA did on May 1st, 2017. On May 1st, 2017, COTA implemented their transit system redesign, which is a complete redesign of the bus system in Columbus. These changes consisted of many changes to most existing routes. There are some new bus routes. Some existing bus routes were combined together to form a new route, while some old routes were split up into two separate routes. A number of old bus routes were also discontinued completely. In this episode, I will be covering the Crosstown routes 80 to 89 in brief. I had originally planned to have this series finished before these changes took effect, but I didn't plan on various problems that prevented me from getting these videos posted before May 1st, including problems with YouTube's uploader, problems with Movie Maker saving movies, problems on the Hypixel server in the last couple of weeks, and even getting sick with a sore throat the last week before these service changes took effect. If you want to find out what happened with the local and express routes, links to the videos covering the local and express routes will be in the video description. Like I had already said, I had planned to have this series finished before May 1st, but I got sick with a sore throat that prevented me from recording. So for this episode, I will just briefly talk about each old crosstown and if that route was discontinued or saved. I'll post some more details about each route in the video description and links to the bus schedules. In this episode, I will be covering routes 80 to 89, and they are the OSU Lennox Crosstown, the Hudson, Ohio Crosstown, the Grandview LSU Crosstown, the Oakland Rebel Crosstown, the Hilliard Arlington Crosstown, the Cassidy Avenue Crosstown, and the Hamilton Road Crosstown. I will say right now, 4 crosstowns were discontinued, and 1 crosstown was split up into 2 routes. We will start off with the OSU Lennox Crosstown, and here is what the route looked like before these changes happened. The route basically ran in a loop through OSU, with part of the route traveling outside OSU to the Lennox Town Center. In my opinion, this route functioned more like a circulator route than a crosstown. For the most part, this bus route became part of the Hudson Crosstown, with bus stops on Cannon Drive, Woodruff Avenue, Woody Hayes Avenue, Tuttle Park Place, and College Drive being discontinued. This bus route was discontinued on May 1st. We will now take a look back at the Hudson, Ohio Crosstown. Originally, way back when, this crosstown was 2 separate routes, one being the Ohio Avenue Crosstown and the other being the Hudson Crosstown. I don't know exactly when these routes were combined, but as of May 1st, this route was split back up into 2 separate routes. Many parts of the route were either discontinued or given to another bus route. The parts of the route that were saved became the Hudson Crosstown and the OSU Rickenbacker Crosstown. The Hudson Crosstown starts off at Easton Transit Center and travels south and west through Columbus and ends at Grandview Yard, while the Ohio Champion Avenue areas are covered by the OSU Rickenbacker Crosstown. The OSU Rickenbacker Crosstown starts at Rickenbacker International Airport way on the south side and travels north and west to OSU and Grandview Yard. Just a fair warning though, if you need to transfer to the Broad Street local and get off at Broad and Governors, be prepared to run to your Broad Street bus stop, as the OSU Rickenbacker bus stop is north of the intersection, and as a result, you are more prone to missing your transfer, especially if you need to travel east due to a long traffic light. But don't run out into the street against the traffic light just to try and make your transfer, especially if you have kids. I have already seen a mom run out into traffic with a 2-year-old kid to try and flag a bus, which they were unsuccessful in doing, and they nearly got hit by a box truck. We will now take a look at the 82 Grandview OSU route. This bus route basically traveled from OSU to the Grandview Yard. Parts of this route were given to the Hudson Crosstown, and other parts were discontinued. This bus route was discontinued on May 1st. We will now take a look at the Oakland Weber Crosstown. And basically, this crosstown traveled from Kingsdale and used to end at Northern Lights Park and Ride, but was recently extended to Easton in the middle of last year. Some buses would travel on Oakland Park Avenue, while other buses would travel on Rubber Road. For the most part, this bus route was saved, but some significant changes were made to the bus line. From Easton Transit Center to Kingsdale via Oakland Park Avenue, there are no changes to that part of the route. The Weber Road branch of the Oakland Rubber Crosstown was discontinued. Some bus stops on Weber Road are still covered by the Bryden Mays local. Bus stops on Indianola Avenue are also discontinued, but you still have the Indianola local. As of May 1st, the Oakland Weber Crosstown has become the number 32 North Broadway Crosstown. We will take a look at the Hilliard-Arlington bus route. And way back when, this bus route was way more complicated, as it was basically a big messy combination of routes 80, 82, and 84, but without the Grandview yard and the part of the route that travels to Hilliard. The 84 route originally traveled from Kingsdale to OSU, however it was extended in recent years to cover parts of Upper Arlington and Hilliard. From Hilliard United Methodist Church Park and Ride to Kingsdale, that part of the route was given to the North Broadway Crosstown. Most of the route was discontinued, however you have the Northwest local either traveling the exact same streets the 84 did or is close to the streets the 84 traveled. The part of the 84 that travels to OSU was discontinued altogether with no alternative bus route. The Cassidy Crosstown starts at Broad and Hamilton and travels north and west to Grandview Center. This bus route has been proposed several times for elimination. Two most notable times was once in the early 2000s when COTA had financial troubles, and then again about 2 years ago. Both times the route barely escaped the axe. Sadly, this bus line did not survive the TSR service changes and the route was discontinued May 1st. Links to all the bus routes that cover various parts of the crosstown are going to be in the video description. I will note a couple of notable mentions. The Cassidy Avenue part of the crosstown is now covered by the Mount Vernon local, since the Long Street local was also discontinued on May 1st. Bus stops on Broad Street are still covered by the Broad Street local, and the Grandview Center is still covered by the Carl local. I have already stated this bus route was discontinued on May 1st. Finally, we will take a look at the Hamilton Crosstown. Several years ago, the Hamilton Road Crosstown started at Broad Street and ended at Homer, Ohio Lane. In recent years, this bus route was extended north from Broad Street to Morse Road and west on Morse Road to the Easton Transit Center. For the most part, from Easton Transit to Eastland Mall along Hamilton and Morse Roads, there will be no changes. The various loops that go off Hamilton Road at Hilton Corporation Drive, Kimberly Parkway, and the Black Lake Estates area are discontinued. From Eastland Mall to Homer, Ohio Lane, that part of the route is still serviced by the Hamilton Crosstown, but please make note that that is now only serviced during peak hours. Bus stops on Homer, Ohio Lane are discontinued. In the next episode, I will be covering routes 92 to 118, so stay tuned. If you want to see other episodes about COTA's TSR service changes, links will be in the video description. If you like what I'm posting, please leave a like or even subscribe to see when the next TSR videos will come out. I also post Halo Custom Edition videos and Minecraft videos, as well as some bus videos about some of COTA's retired or soon-to-be retired buses, and occasionally we'll post other random stuff. My name is Tape City, thanks for watching, and have a nice day.